Thank you everyone for joining. My name is Amanpreet from Cash Free Payments, and I'll be your moderator for today. Just to quickly introduce our session today and why all of us have gathered here. Businesses having an online presence is not anything new, but what is new is the sheer scale and easiness with which now you can have an online business thanks to platforms like Wix and Cash Free Payments. However, with this has come a lot of competition, and to make sure that your business is successful, you need to ensure that you're always on the right side of the technological innovations. And this space is continuously evolving, ever since COVID, with blockchain, and now with generative AI. So, why we've gathered here today is we'll try to rely on the expertise of our esteemed panel to come up with key strategies, key takeaways with, how to discuss all these trends that have come up in this business and give you some key takeaways to make sure that your business can succeed in this space. So coming to our panel and introducing everyone, first I'll start with Vargab. If ever there was an expert to talk about this space, it would be Vargab. Vargab is a vice president and country head at Wix. Previously, he was also the regional head for Southeast Asia at Shopify. Vargab, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Amanpreet. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Next, I'll move to Vijay. Vijay is a vice president at product at Cash Free Payments. A key subject matter expertise when it comes to product from the payments point of view, not just payment gateway, but also other auxiliary products like Flowwise, key new products like bill pays, etc. And Vijay is what we want to rely on. Vijay's expertise today is come up with some key tech trends that are coming and how we make sure that integrations are always how important integrations are when it comes to setting up an online business. So thank you so much for joining today, Vijay.
Thank you, Aman. Look forward to talking to all of you.
Awesome. And now moving to Jonathan. Jonathan is the founder at Blue Hands 360, a key Wix partner. And what we want to rely on today, Jonathan's expertise to talk about some key trends or key, you can say, solution areas that you help other Wix users to succeed making most of the platform. So thanks for joining today, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Thank you.
Awesome. My first question would be to Vargab. Vargab, like I was talking about a few minutes back also, that this space is continually evolving. Like I said, from COVID, COVID reshaped the industry pretty much. And then ever since, we are always seeing new innovations like blockchain, now generative AI. So if you can, probably start with your opening note in terms of how user behavior has changed in the last few years, and what are some key trends that you have seen?
Thanks, Aman. So I think the first big thing that we need to talk about is when COVID happened, there were a lot of businesses which weren't online, and for the first time they faced this particular crisis that if you are not offline, so if you're not online and you're completely expecting your business to come from offline, then it sort of becomes a challenge, right? So I think the way digital transformation accelerated during those 1-2 years was a phenomenal time for e-commerce. While it was a traumatic time for many people, for e-commerce as an industry, we saw it booming during COVID. One of the things that we saw is that we needed to lower the barrier to entry for anyone to start a business online, especially. When I say barrier to entry, what are the key things that turn out to be problems when someone is looking to start an online business, right? There are multiple things. There's building a website. Usually people think, they need a developer, they need a designer. Obviously, they need products. They need a payment gateway. They need logistics for e-commerce businesses. People who are selling services, they don't need that. But everyone needs a payment gateway. Everyone needs, a website. They need some social media presence and some presence on marketplaces also, like Amazon. Go a long way in helping in discovery of products, right? So these are multiple things that platforms thought that need to be that they need to provide better, even though a lot of this was existing before. Um, Wix particularly, let's say, has reduced the pricing in India significantly. So Wix in India starts from 200 rupees a month, which is less than what you would probably spend for a meal if you go outside, right? And that is one of the reasons that we see, so we have about 1.6 crore websites today from India on Wix. Globally, there are about, I think, 250 million websites that are there, on Wix. But in India, because our pricing has been significantly subsidized, that was one barrier to entry, right? How many people can actually afford to do an online business? So we took care of the cost first. Then we decided that, okay, we will have an easier way for people to make websites. So we look at the Wix business in two segments. One is people who are self-creators, people who are making a website themselves. Maybe they, do not have the budget to pay, let's say, an agency 30,000, 40,000, 1 lakh rupees sometimes, or even more, for them to build their website for their business. Sometimes we see a lot of people actually now who want to build websites on their own, especially new age entrepreneurs who are very savvy with, let's say, social media and new age tools and Instagram. They know how to drag and drop and design everything themselves. And that's why low-code solutions like Wix, which have lowered the barrier to entry, that anyone who's even not technically very savvy can build a website. The latest launch that Wix did, which it was captured by Times of India recently as well, is that you can just open like a chat GPT like interface, and you can just say, hey, make a website for me. I'm into a fitness business, or I run a gym. I run an e-commerce business. Here are some photographs. Here are what my products look like. Here's what the pricing of the products are. And you just talk like how you talk with a chat assistant, and automatically the website gets built. So this has been fully launched now on Wix. If you just go to wix.com and you, when you are signing up, there is a place where they say that, okay, do you want artificial intelligence to design your website? And you do not have to do anything, just have to talk to, our chatbot, and it automatically designs the website for you. That again lowers the barrier to entry. Then we've got phenomenal partners like Bluehans 360. We've got Jonathan here. He's based out of Bombay. He runs a great agency. If somebody wants, let's say, a professional website, someone who's a big brand and is processing, let's say, at least 10-20 lakhs of GMV every month, which means they're a serious business, right? So those kind of businesses, they usually want to very professional websites, very custom, videos happening, and there's a lot of interaction happening on the websites. You see effects like glass morphism and, very cool effects that are happening. If you want such kind of well-designed websites, then there's a big partner network of Wix in India. In fact, India is Wix's largest partner network globally right now. We've got a large number of developers and partners who are helping, businesses like you to build a website. So there's the self-creator Gen AI side of things, where you can easily make a website by chatting with our assistant, AI assistant, or you can, rely on partners like Bluehans, who help make websites. So if you just, let's say, type in Wix Marketplace today, you will see hundreds of partners from India and across the globe who can build your website. Obviously, Bluehans is one of the most leading ones in our country today. But yeah, I'll stop there, and I'll let Vijay and Jonathan add some more flavor to this conversation.
Awesome. And a quick note to the attendees, we want to keep this as interactive as we can. So in case you have any questions, just go to the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen, and we'll push your questions to the panelist. Now, moving to Vijay, so Varga brought a great point of reducing the barrier to entry, for businesses to have an online presence. How important is payments in this ecosystem, and some trends that you have seen in helping businesses and reducing this barrier to entry from the payments point of view, because that seems to be like a big concern. How safe would my payments be? How easy will it be for my user to pay? So, how important is payments in this space?
I think, thank you, Vargav. I think that was a great initial start. Just wanted to give you perspective, right? So if you see payments in India specifically and a lot of the payment aggregators that are out there, right? As you know, RBI was, finally converting some of these guys into permanent PAs is what we call it. Right? And these conversions happened in December, right? So Cashfree was among the first companies to get that approval, right? Which allows us to really sell this product to merchants like you that are very keen on a very secure and a highly compliant product, right? Because in the end, payments is a lot about compliance, right? So that is a key thing that we have been really working on over the last many years, right? To make sure that the type of products and features and the ecosystems we have is top of the line, right? So when it comes to Wix merchants, we have been working very specifically with Wix, and our integration is seamless. So it is just a few clicks for you to enable Wix on your website. So it's very easy. The uptimes, as you can know, like in things like payments, you cannot afford to have downtimes, right? You cannot afford to have periods where payments doesn't work, right? So we are very proud of our technical stack, and we work at 99.9% plus uptime, right? On Cashfree, and we serve like 20 million API requests every day, right? So it's a very scaled system with thousands and millions of merchants using us over various time periods, right? In addition to that, if you really think about payments itself, right? I think a robust, refund, reconciliation, new innovations on being able to get instant refunds sent back to your customers, being able to do things like getting instant settlement so that you're able to run your business efficiently, right? You get your money on demand, essentially, right? Is a feature that we have been working on. So I think overall, the way our positioning has been for merchants like you is really simplifying payments and making it a part that automatically works so that you yourself can focus on your business, right? You can work on making your website the most optimized for customers, and payments just takes care of itself, right? From a market perspective, I wanted to add perspective that, payments and fintech in India, as many of you are aware, has been on a significant growth curve. I won't bore you with numbers, but there are things such as, just having a stack on payments doesn't cut it anymore. It's no longer the world saying that, hey, I have UPI, I have cards, I do this, I do that, right? You have to be the best in class, right? That is not just a merchant expectation. Now even customers have moved, right? You go make a payment at a local shop, let's say a chai point, right? You no longer have the tolerance to say that, hey, my payments is failing, I'll come back and pay in 5 minutes, right? It just doesn't work that way. Expectations have changed. You want the payment to go right there, right then, right? So from that perspective, right, it is not just about creating a stack. What we spend time in Cashfree and with our integrations with Wix is to make sure that the minor nuances are taken care of, right? UPI, success rates, for example, should be among the best in the industry, right? We've also been building the things that help you further improve these things, right? There is a product we call as Orchestrator, which we want to work with Vargav and others to also enable, right? We call it internally Flowwise, right? The idea is that, hey, if you want to use Cashfree for specific payment methods, right, here is an option for you to do that. But if you have a preferred banking partner for a specific payment mode, that is also available, right? So all of these permutation combinations are possible through these optimizer and what we call as Flowwise like ecosystems, right? And then things like affordability, BNPL, right? We have the best stack in the industry for this, right? So if your business demands, such features, right? Even such things are available, right? We have 35 plus modes that are available on it, right? And it is again an industry best available. So I mean, a lot of compliance, a lot of experience improvements to make sure that you can just forget about payments. That just keeps happening on its own, right? And best in class experience so that there is no issues where you feel like a partner is not able to match what your website is able to provide, right? Payments experience will be top of the line available. So Yeah, so some initial insights from me. I think we can add on this as we go.
Awesome. Thanks, Vijay. Moving to Jonathan now, like we previously spoke about also how you help organizations take, more professional looking websites. So, what are some key trends that you have seen from your side, as a Wix partner for a long, long time? And what are some of the key things that you feel are something that you typically help your merchants with, key trends in terms of people not being able to make the most out of the platform?
Yeah. Well, interesting thoughts before me. The in that sense, now there is the aspect of doing what has already been working even better, and then the other aspect of doing the newer things and discovering them. Uh, for example, we all know mobile experience is primary now. Everybody knows that, but it's the little things with the mobile experience, like load time, like a clickable menu, like a click to call button. Those sort of optimizations are sometimes kind of missed out, and so those are very interesting. And in terms of the new thing that we are seeing is a lot of e-commerce specifically is using predictive analytics with the help of AI now. At what point of the customer's journey are they seeing users fall off, even when it comes to the payment aspect, and so they take all this data from their website, which on the Wix platform you got analytics, and you can take all that data, you can plug it into different. There's always Chat GPT that can learn from that. But there are other tools as well that use AI to predict consumer behavior or user behavior, and the things that the user can do, and get business insights out of that. So that is a very interesting thing that's happening. The other thing that I'm seeing is, at least with the customers, is earlier e-com used to be very, very straightforward, and without naming any other platforms as such, it was very straight. Come here, buy a product, and go out. But now people want to be more engaged with the brand, so there is a community-led e-com aspect to it. So your website is not just one big hero banner and 3 products, buy now, and that's and that as an experience. But there is more knowledge, there's more community, there's more design, there's more way that a brand looks to communicate with the visitors. So those are some of the things that we are seeing. And in terms of what we are also helping with that are outside the regular norm is accessibility is one thing that hits entrepreneurs before they know what happens, in a sense that it's so overlooked, but it's something that be like a legal problem for them. So accessibility is one thing that the Wix platform solves really well for our clients, and the security aspect of it as well, like simple things like SSL certification just comes inbuilt with the Wix platform, so you don't have to look at
Jonathan,
extra
do you
things.
mind explaining accessibility on websites a little to the audience? Not a lot of people may be well versed. Sorry to interrupt, but would love for people to know more.
Yeah, accessibility is this it's so that a website experience can be catered to also a differently abled person. So we being having all our senses are able to interact with the website and its flows, visually and audibly. But accessibility is now a regulation of in many states in the US and also in a lot of places around the world, where you make the website in a way that even a differently abled person can use the website to its full. And Wix has this as an inbuilt feature. We've encountered this with certain of our clients earlier, that they got hit with a notice saying that they got hit with a notice saying the website is not accessibility enabled. So they've come back to us, and we've used the Wix platform to sort of make the website more accessible. And it's a serious concern, because if some of these lawsuits are very, very expensive.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a question next. So this question is from Mr. Sham Sundar Sharma. Bhargav, I'd like to direct it to you. So the question is that there are many low-code, no-code options available in the market, like Webflow. How is Wix different from all, and why should we go ahead with Wix over so many options in the market?
Sure. Webflow is also a great platform, no doubt about it. And there are a bunch of other low-code platforms that are out there. Two reasons why I would have opted for Wix if I were at your place. A, we are ahead of the other competitors that are there. Look at our Gen AI product, right? Like you haven't seen other ones who have actually even launched a product like this right now in the market. We are ahead of the game. That just goes on to tell you. It's a much easier and it's also a more localized platform for India. For example, like Cash-Free, is a local product. We've got integrations with Amazon in India. We work with all the social media. We are well integrated with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Every social media platform is integrated. Amazon India is integrated. All the payment gateways are integrated. All the logistics companies in India are integrated. Like, let's say, Shiprocket or Picker or Ecom Express. All of these companies are well integrated with Wix, and it's just like a couple of clicks. Webflow is not localized for India. Webflow is also very expensive if you see in India. If you're someone who's just starting a business, I do not recommend that you spend a lot on technology. Like, do not hire a CTO. Do not spend lakhs of rupees in your technology because you haven't even established your business yet. You want to start small. You want to see what the response from the market is. And Wix gives you that ability. Like I said, like it starts at 200 rupees a month. If you don't look at Wix's enterprise plan, if you look at our just in the regular plans, the highest plan I think is about 1600 rupees a month, right? A lot of platforms start after 2000 rupees. So there's, I think the ease of use of Wix is better than any of the other platforms that you see. And also the pricing, in my opinion, is something that I'm quite proud of. Like we've got a very subsidized pricing here in India because we understand that India is a price sensitive audience. And that's why I think Wix is a better option for you than the others that you just mentioned.
Awesome. Great answer, Bhargav. Vijay, to move to you next in a similar context. So just like there are a lot of options to create your store online, there are a lot of options to choose from a payment partner point of view also. So what are some key factors that a business should look at while we are making this choice? So like Bhargav mentioned that you should more focus on the business aspect of it, and we will take care of the technology aspect of it. So in a similar way, how important it is for a business to have a payment partner that where they can get onboarded really fast, where they can start accepted payments from day one, and what are some key you can say decision making parameters that they should look at while they're making this choice?
Yeah, thanks, Aman. I think I alluded to some of this in the past, but absolutely making a payment partner choice is an important choice in the journey of setting up a business online, right? Without the right payment partner, you risk a chance of providing inadequate experience for your customers who come to you for a specific need, right? And you have got them to your website, you have got them converted on a product, right? They haven't gone to cart, right? And they are about to make a payment. So if the payments provider isn't giving you the best experience all the way from cart to completion of payments, that is a loss of sale, right? And a significant value has gone into building that journey and optimizing it, right? So that's my point earlier on success rates, and having exceptional success rates is very important. Cash-Free is also one of the better pricing vendors in the country, right? And you will get better pricing from competition, right? Which definitely is something that you should consider when setting up a website. It may not make a difference initially, but as you scale, basis points, right? A few sub percentage points make a lot of difference to your bottom line, right? In addition to this, payment options, right? Every customer while we still think that UPI is extremely important, right? All the other payment modes continue to perform very well within cash free, and all of these are totally dependent on your line of business, right? There are certain line of businesses where cards do very well, right? And you should have an exceptional start for cards as well, right? And cards in India, specifically credit cards, are a significantly growing segment, right? So that's very important for one to have. Right? Similarly, net banking, right, despite many tries within the industry, right, continues to remain a key payment mode. So, in sense, like having a partner that is able to provide you as many payment methods, not just available but optimized over years of experience, is extremely important. And behind a payment method, we work with multiple banks to make sure that the various experiences with respect to SR and other benefits that you're able to provide. Because even within UPI, there are sub experiences. For example, you can do one-time mandate, you can do subscriptions like ecosystems, right? All of these things can be done, right? And these are factors that you should consider while looking at a payment provider, right? And then I've already spoken about instant settlements. I think there was a question on that as well. I think that's a great power to you as a user as well. It doesn't need to be always enabled. You could do it very strategically if you really want. If there is a sale event where you believe that you need access to extra funds to be able to market better, keep inventory available, pay your vendors on time, right? It could be done during those events, right? So a provider that's able to give you access to instant funds is also very important, right? And as we also spoke about affordability and BNP, and I think that's also something that we should always keep an eye on. Is this something which is important to your business? If yes, make sure that you find a provider that has as many options as possible, which can cover any particular customer and their needs. And so I think that those are the key things that you want to look at, right? But eventually what you would want to make sure is that there are n number of providers. Many are very good payment processes as well, very similar to how Cashfree does. But the benefit that a company like Cashfree provides with vis-a-vis competition comes down to years and years of experience, right? Being able to work with certain segments of merchants day in and day out, right? And these edge cases, right? The customer service, customer experience that you will get as a merchant, and the end customer gets it, right? These are what we have perfected over time, right? And that is the true value that you get in using a provider like us.
Awesome. From great insights, Vijay. So yeah, the more number of payment options that you take on your website, the more chances are of prepaid orders, and there is more trust that the customer also gets on your website. Great insights. Jonathan, if you don't mind, we'd like to take a question now from chat. So this is again similar to something that you were mentioning previously about accessibility. Can you share something around that on the Indian context? There's a question from Mr. Sudhir Pratap Singh.
Yeah, if a sad statistic is that the largest number of visually people who have visually impaired people are from India, and so a lot of times, we have like images on our website that some people just cannot see, and they cannot access that. And so when you add accessibility to to the website, what it does is that it takes that image and it allows you to add all text to it. So somebody who's visually impaired can, while scrolling the website, hear what that picture is about, to understand and get a feel of what the website is and what the website is saying. So it's just very easy to sort of put that together without having to write code or get a developer to do that. But you can go to a platform and make all those minute little changes that make your website accessible for these differently abled people to engage with you and engage with your products and services.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that answer, Jonathan. Vargab, one more point I wanted to understand from you, how important is making sure that you utilize the partner ecosystem of Wix? So obviously, it's a great platform that helps you in, not just your website design, your SEO, making sure you're getting the right traffic, your domain, your security, all of that. But going beyond that, how important is to make use of the integrations that are in place, the partner ecosystem that is in place to get your business to the next level, to make sure that you're making the most out of what the platform is providing.
Right. So, we say India is a DIFM market, which is do it for me market, right? Like said opposite to DIY, which is do it yourself. So like I was saying in the, in the call earlier, that we see a large number of people, who are doing it themselves and building the website themselves. But there are a lot of entrepreneurs who do not have the time or the skill to just, let's say, build a website. And even though it's very simple, even though, Gen AI is there and you can now literally do this with a chatbot, still there are people who want a high touch experience, a guided experience. And in India, especially, we see that more than a lot of other countries, because in India, we have a guy for everything, right? Like if you're staying in the US, like you don't have, like, most houses do not have, let's say, a maid at home, or let's say a driver and things like that, right? We in India, we are very used to luxuries like this one. So culturally, we see that a lot of people, they want, let's say, a company to take care of everything to do with the website, or a freelancer to do it for them. And that's where the partner network of Wix, comes in. If you like Luhans, like I said, is one of the topmost partners in India for us, building websites for not just Indian clients, but for clients globally, and working with some of the bigger brands and businesses that are there on our platform. But if you just even go to, let's say, Wix Marketplace, if you just Google Wix Services Marketplace or Wix Marketplace, you will see hundreds of freelancers who even build websites for as low as 10,000, 15,000 rupees. And, they'll give it to you, let's say, in 2 days time or 3 days time, because the go-to-market time in low-code solutions like Wix is very low. So, your acceleration to your business is immense. Having said that, I think it's important for a lot of, I've seen, especially because culturally entrepreneurs like someone to guide them in the beginning. Help from anywhere matters a lot. And if you work with, let's say, good partners and good agencies, they will give you a lot of insights, not only for your website, but for your online business that you may not be thinking about right now. Today, we've got experts like, let's say, Vijay for payments and Jonathan for, what a great website should look like. But there are also, a lot of things about catalog that you may want to know, how your design should be on the website, which will result in the highest number of conversions of visitors to customers, right? So these little things are things that a lot of times one misses out. Like, for example, one may think that, okay, when you go to a website, this is like a personal thing for me, but when I go to a website and a pop-up comes up, I get absolutely annoyed. And I get out of the website. But again, I have seen a large number of websites which have a pop-up which opens up, immediately within 10 seconds of me getting on the homepage of the website, like get a 10% off if you enter your email ID. I mean, why should I do that? Like, why? I haven't even understood who you are, what your brand is yet, or, what's your story. I need to go through the website to get comfortable, right? I need to build trust with your brand. Maybe I will not even buy for the first time. And let's say an annoying pop-up or a question that, okay, do you want to allow notifications from this website? It's been 30 seconds I'm on your website. Why should I allow you to send notifications to me? So these little things that turn off a customer are important. And sometimes it's good to have professional help around you to take you through this process. Wix recently launched a product called Wix Studio, that's one of our biggest successes from 2023. Wix Studio is a product that is meant for people who build websites for others. It's focused on agencies, freelancers, and people who are building great designs for others, for other businesses. So if you are an agency and on this webinar today, or if you're a freelancer who builds websites, do check out Wix Studio. It has some phenomenal interactive features and effects. Check out our Instagram channel as well, the Wix Studio channel. And yeah, check out our video online. And I think you'll love the product. It's meant for people who build websites for others. So do check it out. Wix Studio starts at 240 rupees a month if you're building a website for someone. It's free to use. You can use it absolutely for free. But if, let's say, somebody wants their own domain, like amanpreetsingh.com, then you would have to, let's say, pay, say, about 240 rupees, I think, per month. So yeah, do check out Wix Studio too. It's the product that we've launched for our partners.
Awesome. And briefly, Vargav, if you can expand. So we spoke about the partners ecosystem, but about the integrations, I think when you were answering the Webflow question, you mentioned that the integrations are very localized, not just related to payments, but it can be related to shipping, it can be related to other integrations and you can say partnerships. So can you just extend the answer to that part?
For sure. For sure. I mean, the reason that Wix has a team in India, like Webflow does not have anyone in India, and they pretty much don't care about the India market. And it's not just, I don't want to pick up on competition per se, but a lot of companies, American companies, haven't yet come to India in a big way. Wix has, right? And when I say that we are here in a big way, what it means is that we solve problems for Indian customers. So like I was saying, we've got payment solutions like CashFree that are integrated. There are a lot more payment options that are integrated, but CashFree definitely is one of the fastest growing payment gateway platforms on Wix, and you should definitely check them out. Apart from that, we've also got, let's say, logistics companies that I was saying, like Shiprocket, Picker, that are integrated. Amazon India is integrated. If our pricing is in rupees, not in dollars. So every time there's a fluctuation in dollar, you don't have to pay a little more extra. For instance, Webflow, I think the pricing is in USD. And you can even pay, Wix in local payment instruments, which is not available, let's say, in a competitor like Webflow. Like I also said, that it's cheaper. The product is way better. We are far ahead in the race. I mean, Wix Website Builder has 46% market share globally. Webflow has 3%. And I think that should tell you that we are building state-of-the-art software, and that just allows people to build websites easily. I think those are some of the things. But from a localization standpoint, we will continue to build integrations for India, which make the product more localized. You will see more marketplace integrations. You will see more drop shipping options going forward. You will see more logistics options going forward. So all of these things are already there, but you will see even more options, dozens of options in the coming days. If you just go to Wix Apps Marketplace, if you just Google that, Wix Apps Marketplace, you'll see there's an app store of Wix, and you can search for anything. If you want to run a referral marketing program, if you want to, let's say, have a push notification that I was talking about, right? Or if you want to do, let's say, pop-ups, or if you want to do, I'm not saying pop-ups are bad. I'm just saying don't do it when I'm on the website for the first 10 seconds. Do it after, I've spent a couple of minutes probably when I'm going through multiple pages on the website. So it's not that I'm against pop-ups again. So loyalty programs and all of these things are very important for the marketing aspect of your website. And such softwares, the best softwares in the world, are integrated with Wix. For example, there's a very popular company called Klaviyo, which is an email marketing suite for e-commerce merchants that is integrated with Wix. Klaviyo's IPO was of the biggest IPOs last year in tech. So you should definitely check out that product as well. That we recently launched a partnership with MailChimp, which is another great email marketing platform, right? And so Wix now is available for. So MailChimp gives Wix to their customers, as a part of their offering. They're a big channel partner of Wix globally. So some of the best companies across the globe in tech, work with us very closely. So does Amazon and some other marketplaces. So yeah, I think definitely someone who is in today's world, right? You need an ecosystem player. Data can't be in silos. Like, let's imagine you are a businessman and you are using one software somewhere for your accounting, and is some other software for, let's say, your ERP, some other software for your website and inventory. Now your data is living in each of these places. Your data needs to flow seamlessly across all platforms, right? So that is done through APIs, and Wix has APIs that are open. Anyone can, if there is a software that you definitely have to use for your business, and let's say that is not a very big platform, and let's say it's not integrated with Wix, it will take, let's say, 7 to 10 days for you to just take Wix's APIs, which are public. If you just Google Wix APIs, you'll find it. And then you take that platform's APIs and you connect them, and your data starts flowing between, two platforms. So these are things that allow, a larger and faster access for you to work with any software across the world. And that should be something that should be a part of every platform that you work on in your tech stack. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Varga. Now coming to taking a few more questions. So here's a very specific question, and apologies, Mr. Sudhir, we're not able to allow you speech access right now. It's just the way the webinar is structured. So I'll still put the question to the panel. This is for both Jonathan and Varga. So we spoke about how crucial it is to build in the accessibility feature. Sudhir says that the accessibility wizard tool and others aid toward this. But how much is the accessibility ecosystem evaluated and developed using automation versus manual? Because automated evaluation in this space is widely recognized to not detect more than 30-40% of accessibility issues. So probably, Jonathan, you can speak on this.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really great observation. And that is true that, you can't handle accessibility purely, as an automated way. There has to be some sort of a manual understanding also, because these are complex things. These are things that, you have to have some sort of a human understanding and a human heart to address some of these things. I don't think so any platform is even talking about it at the scale at which that Wix is even discussing it. One thing that I've seen with that particular tool is that it's at least even the automated part is that it has gotten easier to manage over a period of time. There was some gaps that were filled in. When it was introduced, it still had some challenges that over a period of time that I saw the developers at Wix were specific in hearing feedback about that and rectifying that. Do I think that the accessibility tool is 100% where it needs to be? I'll still say that you have to bring that human aspect to that particular problem that technology only so much can solve. But your statistic is spot on about that. That there is 30 to 40% gap that needs to be filled through the human intervention.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Jonathan. Vijay, if I can direct to you another question that came from Mr. Asavari Satpute. He wants to know about with cash flow payment gateway, you have an option of one-time payments, but is there an option to pay in installments as well for the customer?
Yeah, absolutely. So one-time payments for now are enabled through Wix, while Cashfree internally has a mechanism to do subscription payments or installment payments at a certain cadence. That is yet to be enabled. We are working with the Wix team. I think we will come back with a timeline depending on your requirement. Right. So it is not difficult to integrate. I think we have not had a virtual data task force. Thus, it's not enabled. So we'll have to work with Wix and enable it.
Awesome. So subscription-based payments can also be made in the future using Wix and Cashfree. So Vargab, this next question is for you. Will Wix payments come to India? And if yes, what's the timeline for it?
We do not have plans to launch Wix payments at least this year in India. I am unfortunately not able to mention when we're going to bring Wix payments, but then it's like, I think Cashfree is a great payment gateway, and you should definitely go for Wix payments. I mean, we do not charge any transaction fees. Let's say, for instance, Shopify, they charge a transaction fee for merchants, just apart from what the payment gateway charges. We don't have that. It's just a 200 rupee per month starting, for Wix. So you don't have to, let's say, use a Wix payments to avoid that transaction fees. We don't. Like I said, we've significantly subsidized our pricing in India. So you can use Cashfree as your payment gateway and use Wix as the platform.
Awesome. And just a few more questions that I think all were around optimizing loading times and on mobile and website that we had skipped. So again, probably Jonathan, if you can give a broad answer that covers on what should be a merchant's approach if they're facing issues related to loading time of their website, both on mobile or on website.
Yeah, we don't want to wait for our websites to load, especially on mobile, and there are multiple things that you can do to make your website load faster. You can optimize your media. You can compress some of those images without losing quality, not use video right at the get-go. You can also look at how the Wix, in fact, has also an SEO wizard that helps optimize some little minor things that you can go through the wizard and add so that Wix is able to fetch that data a little faster. So those are some things that can have an immediate impact on decreasing your load times. Those are some of the quick broad ones.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I think we're almost at the end of our designated time. So I would like to probably again go around the panel and maybe start with Vargab on some closing thoughts on the kind of questions that we took today and some key takeaways that you would like to share with the people who attended.
I think, if I were to make a closing statement, I would say that 90. I'm not a cynic, but it's important to note that 90% of businesses that start, they fail, right? And they fail because the core elements of the business were not thought out properly. So when I say core business elements, here are some of the things that I would like to, just you can note them down if you want. A, what is the problem you are solving? Is there a problem at all that you are solving? Or you're just trying to start a business without knowing that you're a solution trying to search for a problem? That shouldn't be the case, right? So first, find a problem that you are solving. Second, see what is the size of that problem. Does that problem affect 1,000 people, or does that affect, let's say, 1 million people? Then you have to figure out that what is the solution that you are what you're providing to the world with your business. Then you have to figure out is there an unfair advantage that your business can have. That goes a long way, because in India there's a lot of competition. You start a business, you're successful, there'll be another person who will start the same business as you. So there's a word called moat, 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 right? पहले दिनों में एक फोर्ट के बाहर एक एक moat रहता था, एक पानी का moat, where so the enemy couldn't come to the fort because there was a river around it. So what is the moat for your business? Why can't the business easily disrupt you? That also sort of becomes your unfair advantage, and that's something that you'd also have to figure out your revenue streams. Marketing can be expensive in the online world, so come with a great story. Why did you start this business, right? Why does your brand exist? And these things, and it should be something more relatable. If like Forest Essentials is a brand that I absolutely adore. If you listen to the woman who started Forest Essentials, she was, let's say, someone who got divorced and was alone and was making products at home, and then went on to make a phenomenal business like Forest Essentials, which is such a great luxury Ayurveda product today, right? So, like these kind of things, really, like it should be a little touchy. There should be an emotional aspect to your brand as well. So these little things need to be, brought together. Like there's plenty of software in the world that can help you start an online business, but your business will be successful if these things that I just said are well taken care of. And obviously, Wix and Cashfree are really good softwares for you to look at today if you're looking to start an online business. So all the best to everyone who's looking to do that. I often share some tips on Twitter, so feel free to follow me there. That's a personal plug, Amanpreet. I hope you don't mind. But you can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter. I usually post a bunch of content there. Thanks.
I would actually like to testify that, yeah, you should follow Argav on Twitter and LinkedIn. He does put some cool stuff. Moving to Vijay. Again, we spoke a lot about the importance of payments, and we spoke to a lot of the attendees about similar questions around split payments, around advanced use cases, and not just mere payment collection. Advanced use cases, and how to help the business with its cash flow, with its conversion rates, with its I think there was a question recently that you answered on split payments on chat also. So again, around the things that we spoke, if you can make a closing statement as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way Cashfree Payments positions itself is not just pure play collections, right? We want to be with you across your journey, right? And solve for things, not just core payments. These could be things, outside of payments as well. For example, we have an entity through which we can provide RTO protection, right? That is a capability that Cashfree has. We have, I think there was a question on vendor payments and split payments, right? I think that is definitely a capability we have as well. We're able to take money in and then split it to vendors based on the logic you have implemented, right? It could be a very custom logic as well. So I mean, we are a whole payments company, but there are associated products. I would love for you guys to go through our website or reach out to us for any such questions, because there are opportunities in which we would love to work with you and help your business grow in ways that you probably haven't imagined currently, right? And payments and fintech itself in India is such a disruptive space. There is something new coming up every 3 months, right? So do keep an eye on the Cashfree channels, because we do post all sorts of innovations that we are building like on a weekly basis, literally, right? So keep an eye on those and do connect with us, and we would love to support you and help you with optimizing your payments experiences.
Awesome. Thanks, Vijay. And finally, Jonathan, again, thank you so much for joining and sharing insights on the kind of problems you're helping businesses solve. And again, we went into a great discussion around accessibility also. Lastly, if you could also make a closing statement on this.
Yeah, I think anybody who ventures out and tries to do this, being online is such a great space, such a great opportunity. As an entrepreneur, there are so many options and there are so many tools that are available now. I think it's a great time to go out and build something and find the right tools and the right partners and the right people that you want to build this with and build this for. So to all the existing entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, people who are building something, I mean, onwards and upwards. And thank you, Cashfree, for setting this up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the panel today. And if there are any questions that are left, we'll reach out to the people who have asked them with the answers, and we can connect offline as well. And thank you so much for everyone who attended our webinar. And we'll be sharing a recording of this on our YouTube channel as well. Again, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks the panelists, for their insights. And we can.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Aman.
Thanks.
Just says.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.